You all now. Just take a moment to notice the details of your seat without any sort of judgment. Just notice what's there. And that might be an achy muscle from whatever you did yesterday or over the weekend or whatever it happens to be. But recognize what's there and give yourself a message about what's present, what's actually there now. As you sit tall, draw your shoulder blades onto your back, close your eyes, and take a couple big breaths, utilizing your breath and that vehicle for your prana to sense, to notice, to take in the details. Begin to allow your breath to be full and deep. And especially sending the exhale just a little deeper. Lengthening and slowing the exhale down. Then drawing hands to connect at heart center. Gently press palms, lift shoulders up and back, lengthen the back of your neck. Take a full inhale here. Exhale, bow towards your heart. Then softly opening your eyes, release your hands down and gently roll back with your shoulders. Take a little gentle movement with your head and your neck. We're not going to spend a lot of time on shoulders and neck today, just a little bit, because realistically, we all sometimes sit in front of a computer and our necks and shoulders get tight. So just a little bit of movement. And then we'll go forward and back here. So fingertips press in front of you, elbows lift, expand into the upper back, chin tucks down, take a full breath. Then inhale, sit tall, hands come behind your back to clasp. Press palms, lift your shoulders up and back, and take a full breath. Then gently release your hands. Switch the cross of your legs, coming to the less comfortable cross for yourself, and move the sitting bones out of the way. And now, as you press your hands into your legs, lengthen your sides, lift your shoulders up and back, and ear to shoulder. Again, just a moment here through the neck. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And now hands in front to clasp, pull forward and round back through your spine, your chin tucks in. Just a couple movements side to side, lengthening the back body, lengthening through the lats. Then inhale, sit tall, hands come behind again to clasp. And as you press palms, lift up and open through your shoulders, lift up and open through your heart. Tone, low belly and low ribs, take a full breath. And then gently release your hands, come forward onto hands and knees. And now we're going to do a little bit more work through the shoulders, just a tiny bit. Turn your palms up so that you have your palms facing up as you set your hips back towards your heels. Let your head rest down. And as you come to this place, this is a little external arm bone rotation, add a little bit of movement through your hips. Inhale, rise up to your hands and knees, root down through palms and fingertips, and rotate elbow pits forward, push. Inhale, reach back with your right leg, turn open with your hip. Reach through your heel, and as you push through your hands, stay broad through your shoulders. On your exhale, step forward with your right foot in between your hands. You might have hands on blocks here. You might have hands on the floor. Tuck your left toes under and work your back knee back as far as you need. Center off with your hips. Extend longer through your spine. Take a deep breath. And now work your front leg towards straight, rising up to your blocks on the highest point here. You can shift where your heel is for a little bit more comfort. We're not going to stay here long for this first hamstring stretch. Wrap your right hip back and send your sitting bones up. Extend your heart forward. Take a big breath. As you push through your heel, use that push to help your knee stay a little lifted so you're not hyperextending. Inhale, bend into your front knee. And now work your hands to the inside. And again, you can always be up on blocks here. You're taking your spine to that diagonal. And then as you inhale and extend your heart further forward, you might have to adjust your back knee a little bit. Exhale, bend your elbows and get your chest a little closer to the ground. You might work down toward your forearms. You might stay up higher here, but take a couple big breaths and grow longer through your spine. Then inhale, rise back up to your hands and set them on either side of your front foot and step back to hands and knees. From hands and knees, again, rotate elbow pits forward and push. Inhale your left leg back, turn open with your hip, press through your heels, stay expanded through your shoulders. As you turn open, keep your low belly engaging to support the low back. And exhale to step left foot forward in between your hands. Again, you might use blocks underneath your hands here. Walk your back knee back as far as you need so you have that little extra length through your thigh and center off with your hips. Extend your heart forward. Take a full, deep breath. And now work back with your hips. Come up to the highest point of your blocks. And as you shift where your front foot is, think of creating a straight up and down place for your back thigh. Flex your front foot, wrap your left hip back and send sitting bones up. Take a big deep breath and just remember this is a chance to tune into what's present without any judgment. Just notice the sensations and the details, what's going on and where. Then inhale, bend into your front knee and walk your hands to the inside. And you're taking your torso to the diagonal as opposed to opening the front foot up, okay? So now as you find that extension through your spine, walk your back knee back if you need to, and then bend your elbows and start to get low with your chest. And you might stay right here with your elbows bent, or you might work down toward elbows on blocks. But take a big, full, deep breath, push your right big, just getting your left big toe mound down, and wrap your left hip back. Think of that wrapping down and under action of the glute medius. It is knee safety. Take a big, deep breath. And then rise back to hands, come back to surrounding your front foot, and then step back to hands and knees. From this place, again, you're wrapping or you're rotating elbow pits forward and pushing, tuck toes under, lift hips up and back, downward facing dog pose, and take a full breath. As you bend your knees a little, tilt your sitting bones up, finding that length, and then push from lats up through your hands, sway your hips a little side to side, get longer through your sides from hip to armpit. And now instead of trying to push heels down or straighten your legs, think of your upper thigh bones and push your thigh bones back to work your legs a little more straight. And now walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Bend knees, hips back. Inhale, reach your arms for your chair pose. As you send your sitting bones back and rotate inner thighs in, back, and broad, your sitting bones get to move back and broad. Tone your low belly and your low ribs, supporting your back body. Find a little weight rocking to your heels, but keep some press of your toes. Take one more big breath here. Root into the ground. Inhale, rise all the way up. Lift your heart up high, maybe even gaze up. And exhale, hands come to your heart. Close your eyes, take a full breath, and take a moment to sense what's present right now, in this moment. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, settle hips back into your chair. And this time we're gonna add a little bit of core work to this with some emphasis on hugging the thighs, squeezing the glutes, low belly, low ribs engage. So grab a block, can be a pillow too. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Put it in between your thighs and squeeze in. And now think about moving the block back with your inner thighs. So you're sticking your butt out a little bit, and then you're gonna squeeze low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Now, take a big deep breath right here, hips low, and rise up to tiptoes. As you rise to tiptoes, take a full breath and notice what has to work here to create a little bit of steadiness. Hips back, tone low belly and low ribs. Take one more big breath. Slow with control, set your heels down. And exhale, fold over your legs. You can set block aside here if you would like. Inhale, lengthen partway. Exhale and fold. Plant fingertips, step right foot back into your lunge. Turn and plant your right heel so your foot's parallel to the back of your mat. Bend into your front knee so you have a stacked place for your shin. And open your knee up toward the pinky toe edge. Keep that and rise up to your warrior two. Take a big deep breath. As you open the hips here, send inner thighs back a little bit, sending sitting bones back, and then engage. Low glutes, low belly, low ribs. One more full breath right here. Stay bent into your front knee and opening up. Reverse your warrior, reaching up with your front hand, your front arm, lengthening your ribs as opposed to trying to reach back. Reach up and long. Full deep inhale, long full exhale. One more breath. Back hand as it presses into your thigh or your hip helps you stay long. Exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat. And now walk your back foot in and turn your toes toward the front corner of your mat. So you have a shorter stance. And then work your front leg towards straight. Big toe mound is pushing down on your left leg. Wrap your left hip back. Then send both sitting bones up. Extend your heart. Take a full big breath and engage. Low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Deep breath. Inhale, bend into your front leg. You can widen your stance again here if that helps. Step back to a downward facing dog pose. Full deep breath. As you send your sitting bones up, push from lats out through your hands. And now engage again. Low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Maybe knees come to the ground here. Keep rotating elbow pits and pushing. Keep engaging. Low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Keep that and exhale, bend elbows lower down. Inhale, curl up and open. And this is where we tend to lose that engagement. So low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Take one more big breath. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Big deep breath. Walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. And now plant fingertips. You're stepping left foot back this time into your lunge. Turn and plant your back heel, and before you rise up, find that awareness of your front leg. Bend it in so you're stacked straight up and down. Open your knee up toward the pinky toe edge. Keep it there with your glute, and then rise up. As you come up to your warrior two, take a couple big breaths. Send sitting bones back, and then again, engage low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Stay bent into your front knee and opening up, and reverse. As you reverse your warrior, again, it's less about stretching back and more about lengthening. So reach up, use your back hand to push down on your thigh or your hip to help you be long here. Take a big breath. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands all the way down to your blocks. Come to the highest point, and then you're going to bump your back foot in, and again, turn your toes toward the front corner of your mat. And from this place, wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders. Extend your heart long. Push your right big toe mound down and wrap your right hip back. Then send sitting bones up, extend your heart, take a deep breath. As you engage low glutes, low belly, low ribs, not only are you supporting your low back, but that low glute hugging in supports the hamstring connections. So take another big deep breath here. Recognizing what's present in your body. Inhale, bend into your front knee, plant your hands and step back. Downward facing dog pose, full breath. As you find that rotation of elbow pits and the push from lats up through your hands, also send your sitting bones up. And then do the same, engage low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Then lower knees down, hips to heels. Take a child's pose. Take a moment to sway through your hips. Then inhale, rise up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. And then walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Hands to hips, press hips back, lift up and open through your shoulders and rise. So we're going to take one more core strengthening chair pose, but this time we're going to go back and forth between heels down and then rising up to toes a couple of times. Best way to keep that snugging of your legs is to put a block in between your legs, and it could be down low, underneath, or in between your calves instead, if that feels better on your body. Either way will help you hug in. So now, as you hug into your block, rotate inner thighs back as you start to sit your hips down, and then squeeze low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Inhale, arms reach if you would like. You can always switch to a different arm variation if it gets tiring. So now, as you inhale and rise to tiptoes, you're trying to keep your hips just as low. Sitting bones moving back and broad, but supporting with low glutes, low belly, low ribs. Exhale, slowly lower heels, lift the toes. Inhale, rise to tiptoes. Exhale, heels down, toes lift. Inhale, rise to tiptoes. Ooh. Exhale, heels down, toes lift. Good, inhale, rise to tiptoes. One more, exhale. Inhale. And then finally lower heels down, fold over your legs. Take a big breath. Feel free to nod and shake your head. Maybe sway your torso a little side to side. Tilt sitting bones up. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale. Then plant hands and step all the way back to hands and knees and then child's pose. Deep breath. And then inhale, rise up to your seat, come all the way down to sitting bones. I just realized my bolsters are still over on the side. That's okay. Feet together into your butterfly, and then you can hold on here to big toes, shins, or hands behind you, your choice. As you lift up through your sides, think of lifting all the way from your sacrum, your belly is tilting forward. Take a full deep breath. And then extend your legs out long. And from here, press your heels down until your knees lift. And from that place, try to pull your heels back isometrically and draw your belly forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Maybe you hold on to feet, maybe hands beside your legs. You decide what feels best in your body here. Take a full breath. And inhale, gently come all the way back up to your seat. Walk your feet in. And from this place, walk legs in close enough to wrap your arms around. So that could always be out a little ways to wrap your arms around, or nice and close and tight, whatever feels the best. Tuck your chin in and take a big breath into your back body. And then inhale, sit tall, and make your way all the way down onto your back. And from your back, take a couple big deep breaths, hugging knees in, rock side to side. And as you set your footprints back on the ground, walk your feet out wider and drop knees side to side here, taking those windshield wipers, lengthening through your thighs, giving that stretch to help with the hamstring stretches that we've done throughout class. And now from here, as you walk your feet back in, drop knees in together to touch and reach your arms. Take a big deep breath. And then as you start to set yourself up into your most comfortable resting pose, start to give yourself a prop underneath your legs or underneath your knees, maybe even take something to put over your eyes. Take a moment to notice the sensations in the body. Take a moment to notice what sensations are there. And as you notice what sensations are there, adjust whatever you need to come to a more comfortable spot. Once you find your most comfortable spot here, bring awareness to your feet, to your ankles, to your calves and shins. eyes to your hips. Your back and low belly. Notice your rib cage, front and back. And your shoulders out through your arms. Back of your neck, crown of your head, eyes behind your eyelids. Take a soft but full inhale and a long exhale. And let yourself settle in. Begin to take a deeper breath. Add gentle movement into fingers and into toes. As you're ready to, bend your knees and roll over to your side. And slowly push yourself back up to your seat. With hands at heart center and eyes closed, take a moment to notice. Take a full breath. Have a very peaceful and beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.